It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm doing a little bit of a reaction discussion type video from MrHeadache here, who is talking about the bugs that are in the game currently. And I wanted to sort of react to it, kind of see if there's anything maybe I missed or anything like that. I have spoken about at least two different parts of this patch in the past, so you can go ahead and watch those if you'd like. We're gonna get into this one, talking about the bugs have to stop. So I'm actually curious to get into it. Let's dive in. And if you want to watch the original video, it'll be linked in the description. So go ahead and do that.
And when today's patch came out today, there were so many issues. There were issues that weren't fixed, that have been ongoing for a long time. There are new issues that are very frustrating, and the new Fog Vials at best are an accessibility nightmare, and at worst can just absolutely destroy games for you, whether it just be through pure irritation or actual effectiveness. I hate this patch. I hate it so much, and I have not used the H word for any patch that's come through in a very long time. Like, I actually hate it.
I have to completely agree with MrHeadache here. I actually spoke about this in a previous video, talking about the same topic, that it's an issue for people with issues with their sight. You know what I'm saying? Similar to how some people had to run Lightborn because of the blinding effect already causing issues. We're seeing it again now, but now for people just in general with sight issues, have to then deal with this item that you can't counter. I mean, which is ridiculous to me. And like he also mentions, just even if you don't have any sort of issues or any sort of condition or anything like that with even seeing the game or even in general, just playing the game is ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous, as we've seen before. I've already played a couple matches on stream going against it, like when it first dropped and everything like that. It was absolutely insane, and I actually spoke about the Fog Vials in detail in my previous video as well. But in other words, it's incredibly ridiculous and broken how much like they can get away with by just hiding from everybody. It's actually insane. And I've also heard that it was like some kind of issue with the smoke clouds in the first place. Like, apparently it was in the PTB or in previous events, and it was just never patched. So them adding it in causes this like issue that I talked about was actually audio problems. There has been this weird thing where like I can be in chase with a survivor and I will not hear them running. I will not hear their breathing, them running. It will just be completely dead silent. And they could be like right next to me, right? Like, and I've actually had a clip when I was playing Pyramid Head, and I looked around and I'm like, I don't see where they went. I don't hear anyone. I turn around, she's standing right there behind a rock, like 2 inches away from me to try to loop it. I didn't hear her. I'm like, what is this game doing?
So maybe we'll just take a walk through my day. How about that? Because this is a rant that is completely unscripted, and there's honestly so much wrong with the game that there's no way I can cover it all in one video unless I was here for like hours and hours. So let's just take a walk through my day. So first off, I get on the game of Dead by Daylight today, and the first thing that hits me is the lobby, which is admittedly one of the prettiest we've had in a really long time. Really, really cool, but it's so extremely loud.
Oh no, I completely agree with this. I think every single stream that I've played, I've constantly said like the music or the audio or the and then the crow noises are super freaking loud. The music is super freaking loud. I'm like I've made it to where now when I swap out of the game, I'll just mute. Like, I'll just mute it, have it muted so that I don't have to hear it, because it is insane how much noise, like pollution, is going on when you're just in the menus trying to load into a lobby. It's absolutely diabolical. I don't understand it, and it's absolutely insane. I've spoken about this like so much. It's so true. I don't know why it's like this. Like, help.
extremely loud. You have the birds, you have the zombies, you have the fires, just like it's like I'm in a wind tunnel the moment I open the game. There's many people that were in my chat today who said they're actively muting the game when they're in the menu because the menu is so loud. Sick, awesome, that's great. So I go to finally, load up a game of Dead by Daylight, and the moment I load in on the card screen where it shows all the offerings, one of the poles for, I guess, the street sign is just hanging in the background.
Yeah, yep. Somebody brought this to my attention as well when I was streaming, and I've seen it myself and everything. I thought it was going to be like a one-time situation. No, it's just been there the entire time since the drop of the patch. Kind of ridiculous as well. I don't know what's going on with that.
Let's move on. So I finally get in and I start playing games, and I realize that despite the fact that they supposedly changed them a bit, the fog vials are still, like I said, at best an accessibility nightmare, and at worst a actual game-changing, irritating situation. So first off, I want to say this. I had people in my chat today that have talked about the fact that they have eye issues. Somebody in my chat, it does not have their left eye, and this is not something you can have in the game. Let's say we're not even thinking about the accessibility side of this, and we think about this solely from a gameplay perspective. I, from Behavior Shoes, really want to have an item that has infinite charges. Infinite, never goes away. And I mean, not only is it hard to see, not only can you not see scratch marks, not only can you not hear anything, you can't see anything, and then it has infinite charges. Why? I don't know. Like, why is that even an option? Why is that even a thing? Like, and then it's fine. Let's just continue. I want that to be in my games non-stop. I want almost every chase to have an instance of use of this item that completely disorients the other side and makes them confused. I want regular non-stop confusion multiple times throughout every single match of DBD.
You know what I find really funny though is that if a killer had anything like this, and the closest thing we have to something like this is with Hex 2 can play, right? And mind you, they made sure that that perk only works for 1.5 seconds when you land a stun. So survivors are blinded for 1.5 seconds. They made sure that as a survivor, you will not be blinded for a very long time at all. Right? But say that Hex 2 can play was a non-Hex perk or whatever have you, and would always activate and lasted for at least 5 seconds after stunning a killer, and you also couldn't hear anything. That would completely get patched immediately. Like, they would kill switch the perks. They would completely burn the entire field of corn in the cornfield maps to make sure that perk gets completely changed if it were able to do that. But what's crazy to me is, like, the fog vials dropped, and it's essentially the same thing, right? It's the most ridiculous item they've had, and it just went into release. Like, there you go. To me, it looks unchanged from the PTB, if you ask me. Looks completely unchanged. I don't know what supposedly was patched. I'm a bit confused by that. I don't know what they changed because it looks the same. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm just saying, I don't see a difference. We're all blind. We can't see a damn thing. So I don't know what to say.
I want my players to be regularly confused nonstop throughout the match. I want them to have every chase they enter. I want them to nonstop be confused and nonstop not know what's happening. Yeah, that's a great item idea. If you stop and you say it aloud for 2 seconds, you have to admit that sounds like a terrible idea. But nope. Well, let's send it. We'll send it through. It'll be fine. Yeah. It's great. That's okay. I have people talk about how even just like the muffle whirring and the noises that it makes, even though they adjusted that to the silence, like this has been in the trajectory of the PTB warned ahead of time, far ahead of time from the PTB, that no, fog vials are a nightmare from an accessibility standpoint. They're a nightmare from gameplay standpoint. They do nothing but irritate, bother, and frustrate.
No, I 100% agree with that as well. 100% agree with that. When it first dropped, people were just stealthing, right? Making it completely impossible to even track where they could have gone because you can't see it in front of you. You can't hear anything. And then there's no scratch marks. So you're basically, people were using it as a free get out of chase card, pretty much. They just activate it, boom, they're gone. You're like, well, I don't know where they went. There's no scratch marks, there's no blood, there's no sound, there's nothing. I don't know where to look, I don't know where to go. Now, obviously, there are going to be some people that may disagree, and like what I have to kind of ask is, where are they using the cloud? Because I have gone also against people that were using the clouds, and I was able to find them easily because of the fact that they were directly in front of me, like 2 inches from my screen, and they were just dropping the fog vial immediately, right? Those people didn't understand how to use it, right? So therefore, I could easily follow them because I can see that they're right, at least directly in front of me. I can at least see where they're gonna go, right? But I have also gone against the people that are more stealth focused players, right? That are dropping it around a corner and then they'll just wait somewhere or hop in a locker or do something else to completely conceal themselves. How would you even know that, right? Because there's no sound for any of these things. There's no indicators, nothing. So if anybody which I have to say, anybody can do that. You don't, like, as long as you don't pop the smoke directly in front of somebody's face, you're probably gonna be fine. So I have to just make that as clear as I can. It's like, depending on how it's used, only makes it even worse. And I'm assuming they also have add-ons that are making it even stronger. And on top of all of that, it does indeed stack. So if 2 people decide to just pop it on one spot right in front of your face, good luck just seeing anything. But it's crazy to me. This needs to be completely patched, dude. If they really want to make it balanced, or if they want to nuke it, they could just make it like the firecrackers, where it's like you just get one use, it pops down, and that's it for the rest of the game. If you want to do it that way, hey, I'm for it. You know what I mean? If you want to make it so it's like a 120-second cooldown to try to make it more tactical, you know what I mean? Cool. Or something like that. Like, you gotta make it have like a good amount of cooldown. A 60-second cooldown is way too short. Like, that's crazy. Like what the heck? It's just insane to me, man. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But she also does mention another bug that's on Xenomorph specifically, which, as you can actually see in the clip, if you've been watching his clips, there's just like Freddy palettes, like placement orange hologram things just on the screen for no reason at all. I don't know why. Like, doesn't make any damn sense. So I don't know what that's about, but let's continue.
It's pretty awesome. But wait, there's more. Every time I'm going for a tail tag during this match, the audio is no longer normal and balanced between my headphones. Instead, it's coming from the bottom left, which after the first 2 or 3 times really starts to irritate me and hurt my ears a little bit, because every single time the audio is just randomly shot off to the left, almost like off screen, every single time I throw a tail tag. I don't know if you've ever played Xenomorph, but that is their main power, the tail.
You know, that's another thing that I was talking about in my own video as well, was just that mere fact that there's audio problems in this game. Like this, like when they pop a smoke cloud, like I was not able to hear. I couldn't see scratch marks because they were instantly fading, or like just completely saturated out by the smoke itself. So I couldn't follow where to go. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm glad that that MrHeadache here is covering that too. Let's go ahead and take a look here as well. Continue. If you want to watch the original video,
and there's a lot of
check out
people
the
coming into
description.
chat during this saying my character's bugged too. Vecna apparently also has this issue now where, you know, for some reason his spell audio is coming from the bottom left. Don't know why that's a thing. People were saying a lot of the night bugs weren't fixed, even though night's historically been super bugged. Xenomorph has been historically also super bugged since the Arella patch. I'm sure you guys have been trying to shoot over objects and sometimes you hit thin air above the object for no reason. Yeah, that's been a thing since the Arella patch and it's never been fixed.
Night and Xeno are also bugs, so rest in peace, man. You get a buff for Night and then you can't even play them. Come on, man. That's just insanely ridiculous, dude. That is just ridiculous.
Same situation. Their bugs have not been.
Oh, hold on.
Awesome, amazing.
He does mention another point here I want to show.
It's pretty cool now. Oh, that's right. Pyramid also has a new bug where every time they flick, their M2 is off center. Never mind. I guess even the good things have bad things that go along with them. I guess.
Yeah, that is not great. I noticed this when I was playing Pyramid Head myself. Because I have been trying to do a lot more on mouse and keyboard and stuff like that. And yeah, no, I've been seeing that too. Because I was wondering, like, why are some of my attacks just not like going where I'm thinking they're gonna go? Now I know why. Is they're off center when you flick. So I'm like, oh good, you fixed the flick and then now it's bugged again. Like, what the heck? So yeah, it's not looking good for us killer players, man. We're getting just drop kicked like crazy lately with all these bugs that we keep getting. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane, and it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. But we're gonna move up and continue.
I want to say this about the fog vials too, is that, yeah, if you hate facing certain items, especially an item that is an accessibility nightmare and also is very, very disorienting and frustrating, even if you don't have accessibility issues necessarily, at least you can run Franklin's Oh yeah, that's right, we nerfed that. That's right, you can't even run the one thing that if you literally can't stand facing the fog vials because they're either an accessibility problem or so frustrating to you, we took away the one way you could handle that. We took away the one perk that you could use to handle that. I've never been a Franklin's guy, to be honest. I've never been a major proponent of Franklin's. I always thought that Franklin's, if you really want to use it, you should.
Honestly, for me, I was more of a Franklin's weave kind of person back when it was actually like not nerfed. Now, obviously, that isn't really the case anymore because they kind of removed a lot of its power, I would say. Because the main reason I would run it is obviously when you were dealing with a lot of toolboxes, which, now we don't even have a counter for that anymore because Franklin's got nerfed. We don't have an option for a lot of items now. If you see a lot of med kits or any toolboxes, you can't remove the charges anymore, so they'll still be able to just pick it right back up and use it again. The whole point of Franklin's and the whole reason that people would even run it is to be able to get rid of those charges so that they can't be used into the match. That was sort of the point. So the fact that Franklin's is doing just dropping an item just like how the add-ons do for other characters, it's like, then what's the point, On top of the fact that Weave already got gutted too. I mean, who the heck is gonna use Weave now? I mean, I think I'd come across one stream where they actually went against a Ghostface playing with Franklin's Weave, but it kind of didn't really matter, you know what I mean? They still picked up the items and still used them, so it's not like at least in my perspective, I don't think it did much. But yeah, it's we don't have a counter for a lot of this stuff anymore, as you can guess, so it's just not looking good for people who really hate these damn fog vials. Like, it's not great, man. So I don't even know what to do with that, man. It's like, you can't use Franklin's anymore, you know what I mean? And maybe if you have used it, you can let me know in the comment section. But if you want to watch the rest of the video, it'll be linked in the description so you can watch it yourself. You can go ahead and support MrHeadache by doing that. while you're down there, you can support me by checking out those links in the description. And you can also follow on Twitch to watch me play Killer Live. Consider becoming a member or joining the Patreon. And I will see you guys in the next video.